telling you.
Basketball?
I can shoot like somewhat, but I'd rather play golf and stuff like that.
You can shoot somebody.
No, golf. I shoot like I meant shoot on. No, I meant shoot on the hoop. No, I wouldn't do that, guys.
Every bottle was for one of the ops that we didn't put down.
Ops,
Yeah.
like competition.
Yeah,
Big bottles, that's when we caught 2 at a time.
Yeah, you all ops. You ever killed somebody before?
Big
No,
fish.
man.
Huh?
How long you say it? Like this is?
Just like the hour and a half around.
No, and I didn't say that. Oh, I just want to know, like, just for later. I might have like plans later with a girl or something. So.
You got some girls
Yeah.
for us?
Oh no, not for you.
That around your neck.
Pearl necklace.
Girls, what do you got in your neck?
Diamonds.
Cool.
Shining.
They're kind of shining.
Kinda.
Not like a ton, but how much does that cost? Something like that?
This shit like 60,000.
60,000. Okay. It's kind of like what my dad makes a month.
Honestly, you make a month.
60,000. My dad makes like 60, 70K a month. So that's a
All right,
good.
man.
No, I'm just saying.
What you make a month though?
Me? Not a lot right now. I only make like 30K a month right now doing finance.
That's not a lot.
Not really.
What you got?
On me? Oh, money wise? Yeah. I left my wallet in the car.
No,
Shalom. First and foremost, as always, before I get started with my lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video will be edifying and to the point. And the title of the lesson is going to be thy eye shall be evil towards thy brother. All right, in the beginning of this video, I installed a clip, all right, of basically these Israelites, all right, Jake, all right, being interviewed by Esau, all right, and in the interview, all right, they were going into the bottles, all right, that they've either poured out or drunk, all right, and each bottle, all right, represents a body that they have caught, all right, meaning that they deleted another Israelite man, all right, that was a threat to them, all right. And in the video, he said one small bottle represents one body, and the larger bottles represents two bodies, all right. So 2 bodies or more, I'm pretty sure, all right. But you know, this just goes into, all right, the hatred, the envy, all right, that Jake has for one another. And ultimately, it's the curses that the Lord has put on us as a people, all right, for our disobedience. So I'm going to get into a few scriptures real quick, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying, all right. This is Deuteronomy 28:13. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of thy Lord, thy power, Yahweh, to observe to do all these commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right. And, you know, basically in these music industry, you know, Jake portrays that a lot, talking about he's going to I'm going to delete that guy and all that, and F these O's, and, you know, the common, you know, the common stereotype that is portrayed in these movies and entertainment and whatnot, you know, which is just further in the hate. You know, Esau is just further in the affliction of our people, that the curses that the Lord has already put on us by entertaining the, you know, the curses, man. All right, enhancing the curses, enhancing the hate. All right, which is why the Lord is going to get him for that, man. All right, but here, all right, as it says that the Lord will put these curses on our people, all right, for the disobedience, all right, because naturally, man, we are very peaceful people, all right, but it's just that we've been conditioned and programmed to be the way that we are, all right, in this, you know, in this, on this side of the earth, all right. Let's go to the second scripture, right? This is Deuteronomy, jumping down to 54. Deuteronomy 28:54, and it says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother. All right, and we've seen that movie. I'm pretty sure many brothers have seen that movie. Okay, what is it? Boys in the Hood. All right, in the beginning of the movie, all right, he run into, I think he was coming back from the party, right, and he was he had just got done, helping that baby out of the road, and he was leaving, whatever the case. And then, Jake roll up in the car, and they, calling him a mark and whatnot. That's that evil towards his brother, man. All right, hating to see him do good. Jake get a new job, or Jake is doing well for himself. All right, another so-called brother may see that and envy and hate him and want to take what he has. All right, kick doors, steal what he has. All right, may want to take his woman, commit adultery, covetousness. So that's the evil, all right, that the Lord, or should I say that's the evil eye that the Lord has put into our people, all right, as a curse. All right, it says, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave, and fatherless homes, man. All right, and again, Esau furthers the infliction by basically, providing the woman with aid and resources, and you're not supposed to have a man in the household, and so forth and so on, man. He basically becomes the the baby daddy, in a sense, for the women, and they fall for the trap. On actuality, all it is just to destroy, assassination, as it speaks about in Psalms. All right, the enemy has congregated together to destroy, assassination as a people. So yeah, man, let's get this real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 29. It says, devise not evil against thy brother, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee, man. And Jake, like you step on Jake's shoe, he be ready to kill you, man. All right, I remember in high school, I accidentally stepped. I wasn't high school, it was middle school. I'll never forget, I stepped on Jake's shoes on accident. Jake wanted to fight me. He wanted to go in the middle of the the gym at the time, and wanted to hash it out with me, man. I'm like, bro, it's not that serious, but it's an accident. My bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. But Jake be so prideful, he take your softness for weakness, man. He take your kindness, your kind gesture of being an apology for weakness, and want to fight you for it. But again, it says, devise not evil against thy neighbor, your fellow brother. It says, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee, and you're supposed to be, your fellow brother that's next to you, you're supposed to be at peace with him, when you go to these other neighborhoods with these other Edomites, they're peacefully at peace with each other. All right, the Moabites, all right, the Edomites, the Arabs, you don't really hear too much about them, but Jake, all right, they always got some shit with him, man. They always want to fight. All right. Just the other day, Eve woman was talking about how she wanted to, stir up some ish because of whatever situation was going on. Fighting amongst each other, man. Again, so, it's just the curses, and when the Lord delivers from here, all right, these curses are going to be uplifted from us and going upon the enemy, man. All right, we already see it. All right, we already see it in the news. All right, Edomites unaliving their wives, their children, their husbands, whatever the case may be. So the curses is falling upon the enemy now. All right, but for a time, all right, it's been hitting us hard. But the roles are being reversed, uno reverse at that, right? This is 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another, love as brethren, be peaceful and courteous. All right, so we know that this is speaking about the elect, all right, but this is how our people supposed to be in general towards one another. All right, in general, our people are a peaceful people, but again, because of the circumstances that we're in and because Esau promotes wickedness, all right, that's just the way our people are, man. All right, but in the kingdom, man, we are going to be at peace with one another. You ain't going to be no fighting, you ain't gonna be none of that, man. All right, because the Prince of Peace is coming upon the earth, and it's going to be peace amongst our people again. Matter of fact, the scriptures speak about how we're going to be joint, all right, as one stick. All right, we're going to be one stick, man. All right, both southern and northern kingdom. All right, as the scriptures say. All right, so it's not going to be no more of this, fighting one another. You see the cartels fighting against the cartels. You see Judah fighting against Judah, and so forth and so on. It's going to be none of that in the kingdom, man. All right, in the kingdom, we're going to be at peace, and we're going to be, all right, basically, spreading that hatred, all right, towards the other nations that are not Israelites, all right? Scriptures say our minds shall meditate terror, all right? And who's that going to terror? Who's that terror and that hatred going to go towards? All right, those who oppressed us, man. All right, we're going to render unto them double, man. All right, especially Esau, Edom. All right. Let's see here. This is Corinthians chapter 3, verse 13. It says, forbear one another and forgive one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Amashiach forgave you, so also do ye. And that's the elect. All right. We put aside, all right, any differences that we may have. All right. And some brothers, as Elder always says, that, you may have a difference with a brother. A brother may, y'all might have your differences, but the common denominator and the thing that sets the line straight is the truth, but in the world, all right, Jake, there is none. All right, there's just, we just going at it. All right, till we gonna fight to the death. All right, and it's just a continuing cycle, man. All right, it's a continuous get back. Oh, you got one of my family members, I'm gonna get one of yours. It's blood. It's exchange blood for blood, and it's just a never-ending cycle. Just once it starts. So, but for the elect, man, they're going to, put their differences aside for the truth's sake and push the truth, man. All right, and again, in the kingdom, all right, none of this is gonna be going on, man. All right, we're gonna be a peaceful, all right, people. All right, I'm just gonna end it on this last one right here. This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1. It says, let brotherly love continue. And that's what we ought to do, basically, hearing the truth, man. All right, let brotherly love continue, man. Jake is an example of how not to be. At least Jake in the world, all right, they're an example of how not to be. All right, the Lord has given us the instruction, the word, all right, on how to deal with these situations. All right, and that's the reason why ultimately Jake doesn't have guidance. All right, and that's why he goes off and he's doing the things that he does, because he doesn't have the Lord. They don't have the answer. So, they falling by the sword by one another. But ultimately, the Lord is going to renew our minds, renew our bodies, all right, and bring order to our people once again, in due time, very, very soon. So again, Lord willing, this was edifying. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Bakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and sincerity. Until the next time, I say, Shalom.